Another earthquake has shaken parts of BC, including Metro Vancouver.
The building had a good shake. Kind of wondered whether it was in the same place as the last one, but it was down in the US, I think.
The 4.1 magnitude quake struck just after 5 this morning near Monika Island in Washington state, about 44 kilometers northeast of Victoria. It comes about a week and a half after a 4.7 magnitude quake hit near seashells on the Sunshine Coast. People across the Lower Mainland and Vancouver Island have reported feeling this latest quake, some who say it woke them up.
I was in bed and asleep, and I woke up at about 5 in the morning, and I just thought it was my building getting a little bit of a rumble, because sometimes the bus goes by outside and it shakes the building, so I thought it was just that, but it was the earthquake.
Yeah, my alarm actually went off at 5:30, and before that I thought that the people were taking the garbage cans out of the building. Then when I came out this morning, there was no garbage cans. And it's actually funny when I ran into you this morning, because I was brushing my teeth and I was like, what if that was like an earthquake?
Shortly after the quake, Emergency Info BC said there were no reports of any damage and no tsunami threat.
It'd be really interesting to hear a little bit more about the increasing frequency of them, because I know that my understanding of at least the West Coast has kind of been waiting on something like this for many, many years.
An earthquake seismologist says there's no connection between today's quake and the one last month because they're so far apart and on different fault lines.
Really just a coincidence that we've had two widely felt earthquakes in such a short time period. We do see, as you mentioned, smaller earthquakes each and every day around this region. So these ones, of course, were larger than the small ones that happen day in and day out.
And he says the back-to-back quakes do not mean a larger one is more likely.
It doesn't mean that the big one is any closer. It doesn't tell us that a large earthquake is more likely to happen.
But he says it's a reminder we are in an active earthquake zone, and to remember to drop, cover, and hold during shaking. In Vancouver, Monika Gul, City News.